WJBF live, Viper 6. No rainfall today. Nothing but clear skies. A cool night ahead, too. At 7 o'clock, mostly clear. A temperature of 50. Winds out of the west at 5-10 miles an hour. Looking forward to a couple weekend showers. We'll track them for you coming up next.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 6 with the big cyber boom on the horizon, a lot of growth is coming to Augusta, but just how much? We're digging deeper to find out.
Plus, parking problems for some who live near Augusta University. They've taken their complaints of students parking their spots to city leaders.
And the push by one commissioner to change the name of the John C. Calhoun Expressway, but not all city leaders are on the same page with this one, as News Channel 6 at 6 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Means. Thanks for joining us.
Coverage you can count on continues with major growth expected in the CSRA because of the cyber-related missions at Fort Gordon. The military post has grown by 20% since 2012, and now downtown Augusta is expected to boom as well because of the planned Georgia Cyber Innovation and Training Center on Reynolds Street. News Channel 6's Mike Miller is digging deeper tonight, taking a look at the estimated growth numbers.
Well, Jenny, Governor Nathan Deal approved the funding for the Cyber Training Center when he signed the amended budget for 2017 yesterday in downtown Augusta. It is just one of several things going on that is expected to jumpstart growth in the downtown area.
State leaders are hoping Augusta will become the Silicon Valley of the South, as estimates show that more than 13,000 people will move to the area before the year 2020.
Every year it'll grow about another 3%. So some of the growth is here, and the people are here, and now we're putting the buildings in place.
In downtown Augusta, plans for a $50 million, 150,000 square foot cyber training facility with a world-class cyber range. The Cyber Center will be the start of Augusta University's downtown campus.
We're going to be using this as a recruiting tool for Augusta University too. Our goal has always been to dramatically increase our undergraduate enrollment here. And this is going to be one of those signature programs that we can use to put not only Augusta, but Augusta University on the national map too.
With the ongoing efforts of the Innovation Zone, the continued employee growth at Unisys, and the planned data center on the Augusta Canal, downtown Augusta is becoming the cybersecurity corridor, and Augusta University is paying attention.
There's also loosely master plan opportunities for residential, whether they be student resident housing or condos or apartments or those sorts of things.
And Dr. Brooks Keel says the Cyber Center is a major component of attracting millennials to the area.
They want to be able to walk to where they go to work, and walk to where they go to eat in the evening, or walk to where they have their activities.
Although Augusta is growing, Keel says the growth expected in North Augusta from Project Jackson will also attract people to the downtown area.
So now you can envision an even larger entertainment zone, if you will, that begins to look like Jacksonville, Florida, with ferries on the river and water taxis and that sort of thing.
State leaders are still working on the designs for the Cyber Innovation and Training Center. Construction is expected to get started in the spring, as the state wants to have the building ready by the end of 2018. Brad.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Well, parking is causing some problems near Augusta University. Students parking in neighborhoods across Dent Boulevard from AU are causing some people who live there to complain to their commissioner. They say the cars are taking up spots in front of their home and they can't park there. They have to find another spot. Students we talk to say, look, they're just trying to find a place to park, get to class, and save some money.
Been a little bit of a parking issue. There's not a lot of spots, so a lot of us will park in other places and just walk because it's equidistant, so might as well park somewhere where we can park for free.
Traffic engineers say the streets are public, so anybody can park there. One proposal is to create a permit parking only area in the neighborhood, but then that could force the people who live there to have to buy a permit.
As part of Georgia's amended budget for 2017, state-level law enforcement officers are now making 20% more money. Governor Nathan Deal signed the salary increase into law yesterday, but the change took effect January 1st. Lawmakers approved the raises to keep law enforcement salaries competitive with other states. More than 3,300 officers in Georgia are affected by the pay increase. A state trooper now makes a starting salary of $46,422 a year, making the position the highest base salary of any police officer in the state.
Now, I understand that as a result of our announcement of this pay raise, that our state patrol, our state Department of Public Safety, has received about twice the number of applicants for trooper school as they had previously received.
The salary increase also applies to GBI agents, probation officers, DNR rangers, corrections officers, and other state-level officers.
Are Augusta city leaders ready to embrace change on one of the city's main roads? As we exclusively told you yesterday, some city commissioners say they support changing the name of the Calhoun Expressway based on Calhoun's pro-slavery past. News Channel 6's senior reporter George Haskell joining us live in our newsroom now. And George, this all started up at Yale University, where they got rid of the Calhoun name on one of their buildings, and now that's driving this idea.
That's what we're hearing, yes, but it could also be time for a name change because the expressway is undergoing an $8 million facelift. Some commissioners are supporting this, but other city leaders are hearing about it for the first time from us. They're redoing the Calhoun Expressway, and some in Augusta feel the name should also get a do-over.
I think it'd be nice for it to be changed.
How come?
Well, history, you know, and we need to honor both sides.
I'm working on that as we speak.
Commissioner Bill Fenoy telling us he's on the side of changing the name of the expressway. However, not all city leaders have been told of this effort.
Nobody's had any conversations with me about it. I don't think that, the posture of the city at this point is, how can we look at the highest and best use of our time is the naming or renaming of things.
But nobody's reached out to me about that.
Would you support a resolution?
I mean, I'll have the discussion, but why? I mean, I understand what Yale did, but history's history.
But it's the history of the Calhoun name that's prompting some commissioners to support a new one, especially now that it's getting this $8 million facelift.
Perfect time to rename it. And you can also leave a sign out there saying this was formerly the John Calhoun Expressway.
Commissioners may be working on changing the name, but is this the work the public wants them to do?
I don't think it's worth the time, the effort. I think there are more important things. It's like you said, they're working on the road, but to me, they're going about it all wrong.
If you're promoting a more positive image of your community, it's worthwhile.
Now, some commissioners are discussing changing the name of the Calhoun Expressway, but the question tonight is still, to what? Talked to Commissioner Fenoy today. He said he's still looking at options. George?
George, turned out to be a beautiful day. Temps in the 60s, right on target for the middle of February. 64 right now, downtown Augusta. Thompson, you're at 61. Grovetown, Fort Gordon, Hepzibah, 64. Aiken, North Augusta at 63 with lots of sunshine. And speaking of the sunshine, take a look. Jiffy Lube Skyview Network overlooking Jimmy Dias and I-20. A picture-perfect afternoon for those folks to head home from work. 62 degrees right now, winds out of the west at 11 miles an hour. And your forecast as far as rain, none coming our way for this evening. We'll have mostly clear skies and cool, 47 at 8, 43 at 10. By midnight, we're at 41 degrees. We're tracking some showers for our Saturday. We'll tell you when they'll arrive and when they're leaving town coming up in just a second. Brad, Jenny?
An Aiken County school is converting to a healthy living campus by putting a tasty spin on agricultural science. Ridge Spring Monetta Middle High is the first school in the district to offer a farm-to-table class. Students can sign up for the program to learn both essential farming skills and the benefits of healthy eating. School leaders hope to eventually serve the student-grown crops at all schools in Aiken County.
They're producing what they're going to be eating. It teaches them where food comes from. It teaches them a little bit of management skills.
School leaders say they will also be selling some of the crops in the spring. Money will be used to restock supplies for next harvest. They also hope to expand the program to other schools in the county.
Well, the national spotlight is on a local student.
Coming up in a News Channel 6 special report, potentially groundbreaking research on Alzheimer's disease by a Greenbrier High School student.
A local student has been awarded a very big scholarship for his outstanding research into Alzheimer's disease.
Alexander Karoff's project in the Siemens Foundation National Competition focused on the triggers of Alzheimer's disease at the cellular level, which lead to thinking, memory, and behavioral disorders, and ultimately death. Why one of the judges says this teenager's research could potentially prevent Alzheimer's in this News Channel 6 special report.
You know, what Alexander did was one step, and there are many scientists doing similar things, and if we all work together with the goal of eliminating this disease, at some point we will reach that goal.
And the clock is ticking. 1 in 9 people over age 65 is affected with Alzheimer's, and nearly 2/3 of Americans with it are women. Greenbrier High School senior Alexander Kirov could be the person who unlocks the key to curing Alzheimer's disease.
Science and technology. Alexander Kirov, Greenbrier High School.
He recently won a $40,000 scholarship in the Siemens competition, coming in 3rd out of some 2,000 students in the foundation's annual science competition.
It was definitely once-in-a-lifetime experience, the Siemens competition was, and it went in stages. Every next step was such a thrill to accomplish. It's like going over another hurdle. Very rough regional judging here at Georgia Tech. It was very well done and challenging.
He made it all the way to the national finals.
Hosted by George Washington University, and the Discovery Education found very many great judges, and everybody was focused on making it a good, fair experience. So I met so many other people from around the country. It was just so interesting talking with people that share your passion for discovery and hear about their research.
But don't think this is just some amped up science fair. The focus here is on the science and the research, at least in Alexander's case, in helping unlock mysteries.
He taught us a lot of things. He revolutionized one of the ways that we quantify the damage that is done during Alzheimer's disease.
Alexander's mentor, Dr. Erhard Bieberich, is himself a star in the field of Alzheimer's research.
And he will have his place as an author on a paper that we will publish on this.
Published as a high school student.
Yes, doesn't matter. He has a great brain.
And as for the future...
Yeah, I have a goal of being a clinician scientist, having my own research, just like my mentor, Dr. Bieberich, while also being able to see patients in direct application to research. And there's so many other neurodegenerative diseases, but for now, for the near future, I definitely want to stay focused with Alzheimer's disease, just because I've very good experience with it.
I'm very proud, and I'm very thankful that he achieved what he could achieve. And whenever he wants to come back into the lab, I have a place for him.
More than 5 million Americans have Alzheimer's disease now, and in less than a decade, doctors expect to see a 40% increase in Alzheimer's patients. Alexander says he believes his work has contributed to scientific knowledge by pinpointing a place where progression of the disease can be interrupted. And Brad, how exciting is that? I mean, Alexander is really smart. He's very focused. But even Dr. Bieberich there was just, you know, we are so proud, and he has done something. He's going to be on that paper as an author.
Yeah, it's one thing to watch your story and start to really kind of become a fan of Alexander's, but then when you hear his mentor endorse him as well, you get the feeling that this is one of those moments where it's the first time many of us have heard his name, but it's probably the first of many.
Right.
Kids going
Good
places.
way to put it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to go,
Excited
Alexander.
to see what he'll do.
You know, clinical trials are underway at Augusta University, this time to treat epilepsy.
Doctors are using cannabis oil to treat seizures.